Today I'm at a track in Gahanna, Ohio, where I'm about to run a mile as fast as I can. You're watching The Quest for 5. It is time to do a new series. Don't worry, the eating cereal episodes will be coming back soon enough, but for right now I want to focus on this new series, The Quest for 5. I've been running for about 18 years now. I've been running regularly, and in all of that time I've never actually run a mile in under 5 minutes. The fastest mile I've ever run was during my senior year in high school during the end of track season, where I ran a mile in 5:07. Just 7 seconds off of the 5-minute mark. And I told myself, oh, I'll train a lot during the summer and I'll get it down below 5 minutes finally. But I didn't do that. All I wanted to do was party. I graduated high school and yeah, that's all I wanted to do. Well, 13 years have gone by since then, and in that time I have only gotten slower, and not to mention quite a bit fatter. So why do this Quest for 5? Why do it now? Well, first and most importantly, I think it is extremely important for a person to accomplish his or her life goals. It was a goal I set at the beginning of my freshman year in high school, was to one day run a mile under 5 minutes, and I never did it. So that's why I'm trying to do it now, and late is infinitely better than never. Secondly, I think it's a good excuse to start losing some weight. Since I got back from my bike trip in mid-July, I have gained some weight. I still run about 10 miles a day, but my binging, my weekend meals have gotten just out of control. I eat more during my weekend binges than I do during food challenges. It's kind of crazy, and I've been doing more and more cheat days. I used to do 1 cheat day a week, and then it got up to 3 or so. And I'm kind of trying to get back into shape now, and I'm limiting that significantly. I am probably about 210 pounds now. When you saw in that video, if you saw how to gain 20 pounds in 8 hours, my empty weight in that was about 197 pounds. So I would like to lose about 15 pounds, hopefully a lot more, and just get into the best shape possible, because if I want to actually run a mile in under 5 minutes, I need to be very trim and I need to be very strong in the legs. So I'm going to give it everything I've got, and I will hopefully run a mile in under 5 minutes. So the format of these episodes will be like this. During the first few minutes of the episode, I will be giving a lesson on something running related. It won't be as technical or as scientific as eating cereal. It'll just be more general things about running health, and how to get faster and stuff like that. And then during that first session where I'm giving the lesson, there will also be somewhere off in the corner some footage of me running a mile as fast as I can, whatever I do during that 2 to 3 week period that I am recording that episode in. And there will be quite a few miles that I'm going to run that won't actually make it into an episode. These will kind of just be sort of to show you my progress as I'm making my way down towards 5 minutes. And then I will try to, most of the time, include some sort of a timing device in the frame, just so that you know that I am keeping time in an honest way. I'm not manipulating the other timer. But yeah, in this case, you can see me running up in this corner right here. So, and then during the second half of the episode, that's when the eating will come into play. I'm going to do an at-home food challenge, but it's specifically going to be something that's not going to derail my progress. So it's going to be something healthy, like maybe eat 5-6 pounds of Brussels sprouts, or maybe a giant bowl of tabbouleh. Something that is kind of lean and doesn't have so much fat or cholesterol that's going to weigh me down and derail my progress in running the mile. So this is the first series that I've done that has a definite termination point. There is a time at which this series will end, and that'll be as soon as I run a mile in under 5 minutes. Hopefully that is the path that I take and that I eventually accomplish that goal, it is just as likely that I will get badly injured. I spent 2 seasons of my track career on the sidelines because I'd injured my legs, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I'm taking it slow, trying to do the best I can to stay away from getting injured, and hopefully I ultimately accomplish the goal of running the sub 5-minute mile. So I'm very excited about this series. I think it'll be great for my mental health and just my health in general if I can accomplish this goal. So that will do it for the first half of this episode. So let's do some eating challenge now.
So 6:18, I've got a long way to go if I'm gonna get down at below 5. The series might take a while, but anyway, that is the end of the run, so let's celebrate with a bit of a food challenge.
So to close out the first episode, I'm gonna eat this giant bowl of chili. It's got about 7 to 8 pounds total, and I've got 4 different types of beans in it, and it's some boca meat as well. It is 100% vegetarian, and I'm thinking it'll be somewhat healthy. If you watched any of my other eating videos, you know how much I love cheese, and I have not added cheese this time, which is unfortunate. But this should be somewhat healthy, probably only about 2,500, 3,000 calories, and I think it's gonna be really good. I've had this recipe before, and it is quite good. So I'm gonna get started here. Before I get started, if a couple hundred people are watching this video, the chances are that at least one of you has run a mile in under 5 minutes. So I'm interested to hear in the comments section about what were the circumstances of when you ran your first sub 5-minute mile. And if not, if you've gotten close, or even if you just want to share, tell me about what's your best mile ever. What was the top mile time you've ever run, and where was it? Was it a track, or was it for football or something like that, or for soccer? So I'm going to get started here. It's very good, so I'm going to take my time with it. So let's get going. that's the end of that chili. That was good, but that was a lot. It was very hot. I'm just sweating it up right now. That's the end of episode 1 of the Quest for 5. See you next time, where hopefully I will trim a lot of time off of that first model. See you next time.